Originally, I was going to make a list and summary of the best Wonder Woman stories I've read over the years, like I did last year with Superman Month. The problem I ran into, though, is while I've read a lot of Wonder Woman comics over the years, I haven't read a lot of her recently. Heck, if I did a list of the best stories, it would probably be just this. And the other stuff I've read, such as the John Byrne run, the Phil Jimenez run, Wonder Woman Earth 2 graphic novel, and the New 52 run with Brian Azzarello, I either didn't like or only have vague memories of them. So it wouldn't be fair for me to put them on the list. So with that being said, let's take a look at some of the weird and wacky things that she's been through the years. And hopefully sometime in the future I'll finally get to that best comics list. Number 1, Wonder Tot. Ah, my god, the Silver Age was bonkers. The Golden Age at least had an excuse. Everything was new then. What was the Silver Age's excuse? Oh, yeah. Anyway, because that comics were aimed more at kids, then for some reason making superheroes into kids became a thing. Examples would be Super Baby and Bat Baby. Premiering in Wonder Woman issue 122 volume 1, Diana went back into the past to see younger versions of herself, as well as her teenage self who would become Wonder Girl, Donna Troy later on, but that's another story. Wonder Tot would be in about a half a dozen adventures, but because of what a mess this made it continuity-wise, she was charted off to another alternate universe. Number 2, Wonder Girl. Known as Donna Troy now, or Cassandra Sandsmark taking over for the role in the 1990s, only to have the character always be Cassandra Sandspark when the New 52 started. But wait, in Rebirth, wouldn't both Cassandra and Donna Troy be the same?
My brain hurts!
Anyway, originally Wonder Girl was just the past teenager version of Wonder Woman. So when she first became a member of the Teen Titans, the writer at the time didn't bother to check about her origin and just assumed that she was an existing independent character. Years of mind-boggling retconning of her origin happened, and I guess it just got to the point where DC just threw up their hands and decided not to focus on her origin anymore. A wise decision. The abandoned 1990s Sailor Moon-ish series, Wonder Woman and the Star Riders. Back in the 1990s, between the Batman the Anime series and Superman the Anime series, there was a push to make a Wonder Woman anime series. The pilot was never made, but there was a one-issue comic book published, but in an odd case, it was used to sell cinnamon rolls. Looking back at it now, how the comic book was and what the TV series was supposed to be, it was really going to be a big slap in the face for the prospective audience for a Wonder Woman animated series. I mean, if you're not going to treat the character with respect, then why even bother? Next, a depowered kung fu fighting white jumpsuited Diana Prince. After Marston died, no one seemed to know what to do with Wonder Woman. So in the 1970s, DC Comics put 2 writers on the book and they briefly changed the status quo by having her give up her powers, move across country, open a boutique, put on a white jumpsuit, and teaming up with a blind failed Chinese monk learning martial arts, even though she already mastered just about all fighting techniques while she was training with the Amazons, and go on adventures around the world. Is it as bonkers as the Trial of the Flash? Well, I guess there's only one way to find out. Whenever I complete the Trial of the Flash retrospective, I'll do this one next. And finally, bondage. Yeah, it used to be a thing. Marston believed in loving submission. During the time he wrote the character, and even after he left the book, for some reason, she kept getting tied up and losing her powers because she was tied up. Even more odd, this seemed to only happen when men tied her up. Progressive? I think not. Well, that's it for now. I will eventually do a list of the best Wonder Woman stories. I may have to add in some multimedia though, like the 2009 anime film Justice League Unlimited and the new film, hopefully. But my next post will most likely be a review of the new film. I hope it's good. Fingers crossed.